You don't mind me asking. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, yeah. Ellipses. I have one daughter. Just wait for people to come in. How's everyone's night going? Good, 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 good. Wow. I hope people are out on their Friday night living it up. Living it up. I'm just shuffling my deck. Waiting for the peeps. If anyone would like a reading. If you don't mind me asking. Ellipses, yeah. I have one daughter. Does anyone else get that like super stuck in their head? I mean, it's kind of a bop. I have one daughter. Oh, well, why don't I turn some music on? How many baby daddies do you have, if you don't mind me asking? Ellipses, yeah. I have one daughter. Interesting. Hidden. Woo! All right, Queen. Queen of your emotions. Hi there. Just pulling cards. If you have a question, you want me to read some tarot for you, feel free to drop a question. This is lavender and lemon balm. Oh, wow. How does it jump to 21 people? What? That is so weird. Is the chat going? I guess not. Maybe. Well, I hope you liked me singing. How many baby daddies do you have, if you don't mind me asking? Ellipses. Like, does anyone else get that stuck in their head all the time? Hi. Algorithm got me, I guess. And then, yeah, it's crazy because it goes from 0 to 21. Now I think it's at 11. I don't know. Hi. I'm gonna put some music on. What do I want? Do I want John Splitty? Tuvlo? Bound, yeah. Yeah, so I'm just gonna jam, and I guess if no one wants to ask a question, I'll do a little reading for myself. So tomorrow I have to break up with 2 men. I need a little bit of advice about how to manage my emotions in order to be able to do that. Because I'm a nice girl, and nice girls usually attract dusty men. So, which deck? Which deck? This deck. Okay. Also, I just got off of the phone with one of the guys that I'm supposed to break up with, and then I like fell over. So walk up to him and say, I'm sorry, but we got to break up. I'm really sorry. Thank you, Riz Good. But this is all over the phone. These men are in different countries. And I tried to ghost them, and then they kept calling me for 8 weeks after I ghosted them. and I want the calls to stop. So I wish I could walk up to them. Actually, no, I'm glad that they're not here in person. So maybe I was like, oh, if I ghost them again, they'll get it. They'll get it. But no, I need to stand firm in my boundaries and say, I feel like I gotta be mean. I feel like I gotta be mean. All right, so Tarot, but Spirit told me to use this deck. I'm setting the intention. Spirit, what advice do you have for me? Don't have boundaries. You only get one life. Don't have boundaries? Well, I did set boundaries with one of them. I was so mad at him. He kept pressuring me. And I said, if you pressure me one more time, I'm hanging up the phone. And he said, I'm not pressuring you. I'm strongly encouraging you. I said, no is a full sentence, bruh. No. Oh, I'll just take out the part of what I'm just tell him that we got to break up and that's all you got to do. Like, easy. It's many people through the phone. Hello. Hi, Noah. Thanks, Riz Good. And it's not really like, did you make him a meal? Men like food. No, I did something worse than that. No, they want my body. That's what they want. And I'm not doing that. So anyway, so I'm gonna ask my spirit, only messages of truth and clarity from the divine. How can I help? Because it's like I get sucked back in. They're very manipulative, right? And like, I want to cut it off, and I did cut it off. I ghosted, but then they keep fucking calling. So what do I do? Spirit, how do I, okay. How do I safeguard my emotions and stand in my integrity? Ooh. Yeah, you can talk to spirit. My spirit? I mean, my spirit can talk to your spirit because I'm trained in that way. I'm a trained psychic. Lizzie! Oh my God! Hi! How are you? What does it sound like? Your spirit? I'm not tuned in. Oh my God, I have missed you. Lizzie, I've missed you. I think about, so whenever you pop into my brain, Lizzie, I'm like, oh, I don't know what she's going through, but I got to blow matching pictures with her because we must have some similar energy that we're going through. I miss you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I went to go get some wine tonight, and I never drink. I just felt like I needed a glass of white wine, and the guy at the gas station was like, how's your night? Like, he was like really looking at my ID too, and my ID picture is not flattering. Oh, goodness. I'm going through a lot, but I send all my love to you. Me too. That's probably why we have a lot of matching pictures. I'm going through a lot too, girl. I'm going through a lot. I want to talk to my spirit. Yes, my Virgo queen, Lizzie. Happy Black Moon in Virgo. I'm not quite sure what it all means, but I know it's like really important. Auditing Colorado. I have some guided meditations on my page and those connect you to your higher self. And that would be a good place to start to talking with your spirit. It's just about quieting yourself down. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, look at you pulling cards. Eek, I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Lizzie. Ooh. So Lizzie, I kind of went off the deep end, and I started entertaining some men after my ex moved out. And every time I try, I never hear anything. I'm broken. You're not broken, Auditing Colorado. It means timeline jumping, mega manifestation night. Oh, that's why. Okay, I can already feel that. I can, like, because I was driving past some things and I was like, I've never seen that before. That feels like a timeline hop. So that makes a lot of sense. Like, a lot of sense. Yeah. We are connected. Are we? Sorry. So Anthony, as you said that, we are connected. The card that popped out of the deck was the Lovers in verse. So don't think we're as connected as you think we are, dear sir. But the question that I asked tonight was, how do I break up with these two men tomorrow? And by break up, I mean respectfully or disrespectfully tell them, please don't ever contact me again. I'm going to block you now, and please don't fucking call me ever again. Maybe we're connected. Well, technically we are connected because you are in my live right now. So we are connected energetically right now, if that's what you mean. You have been having fun with some gentlemen. It's all good. Enjoy yourself, gorgeous. Haha. And breaking up is okay too. So it started out as like having fun and kind of like a little sexual revolution. And then I started exploiting myself and had a kind of a trauma response. And so they're like, so that's why it's got it. That's why I ghosted, because my life completely fell apart because I was doing that. So hello, hi. Hi. So I'm pulling some cards for advice of how to stay emotionally grounded because my therapist asked, hey, you blocked these men, and two of them called back. Like, I blocked these men for 8 weeks, right? And the same week, Tuesday and Wednesday, I get 5 phone calls from one from 2 different numbers, and I get 3 phone calls from the other one from his email address. So, oh gosh. Why do you use cards? Is my heart going to be okay? Sure, I'll look at that for you, Chris. Why do you use cards? Why do I use cards? For advice. I see. Well, ask Spirit then, girl. You are on the right track. Thank you, Lizzie. So Auditing Colorado, there's just a couple of different options when connecting with your spirit. You can either use cards as a tactical, physical way to feel the energy of a situation that you're going into, or, which is less entertaining for a live, I could go deep into meditation and speak with my spirit and use my techniques as a rose reading and pull up the image of a rose, pour in the essence of my question into a rose, and then read the rose. But that skill is still, I'm still working on that skill. And like that skill is better used as like a one-on-one instead of like a fast, rapid. I can use the cards faster. So in terms of my question, I mean, what I'm getting, I've got the Ace of Swords, I've got the Chariot, I have the Ten of Cups, and the Lovers inverse. So what that is telling me, how I need to safeguard my emotions in order to make myself firm in my boundaries, is to make it very clear and known that they are not my lovers. They do not love me. They don't know the real me, because that's what they kept saying to me. But I know the real you. I know the real you. No, you don't. You knew me for 5 weeks. You don't know the real me. And I need to do it with cutting words and using my intelligence in order to like jab them. And I think that's what it's going to take to jab them, to make them see that as I am in a crossroads in my life, there's no room for them, because the Ten of Cups is my happiness and they are not involved in my happiness. And on the bottom of the deck, I've got the Six of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles, Strength inverse. So like, that's me running away in the night. That's them being like, oh my gosh, they're going to try and throw me some offers of money, and it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. Yeah, it's not going to work. So sorry, gentlemen. Sorry, gentlemen. I'm not going to be okay. All right, Chris, let's switch this energy, and I'd love to answer your question, which was, is your heart going to be okay? That was your question, right? Chris, which deck do I want to use for you? This one, this one, this one? Okay. I say take them both at the same time. Oh, they'd love that, wouldn't they? I need surgery, but I use humor to feel better. Chris, same. 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 I use humor to feel better too, especially in this situation. I say, why did I make these men fall in love with me? But I was going through a trauma response. And I was acting out of my own character and doing some things that, like I said, I was exploiting myself. And so they're like, huh, give me more. I want that. And it's like, no. Sometimes you just got to serve up brutal truth. They are grown-ups. They can take it. Absolutely. Honestly, it's on them at this point. I was sent here to give you that message. Oh, to take them both at the same time. I mean, it'd be hot. But no, thank you. I feel the connection. Ooh, you feel it. But let's get to Chris. All right. Spirit. Only messages. Truth and clarity are focusing on Chris. Is Chris's heart going to be okay? I have major heart problem as well as epilepsy, and so the two together is like makes it an unbearable experience at time. I can feel that, because as soon as I ask the question, so I use the cards, but I'm also very psychic, so I hear the answer in my head first. And it kind of like, so it makes sense what cards are going to come after that. And I immediately got a headache. So I'm curious, Chris, what's going to come through for you about your heart. Surgery, what is that? What is imminently coming? Jeez Louise. All right, so before I go any further with that, so Chris, the cards that are coming through with you in terms of this question, I have the Knight of Wands coming through, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. So this was your first card that came out, which tells me that when it comes to this situation, Chris, like I hear you, like energetically, it makes sense that you are fighting for your life right now. That dragon up on the mountain is imminent. You see it there in the distance, and you know that you can't avoid it, and that the dragon is breathing out this intense fire right there, and it's imminent. And what I'm noticing as I look at the card, I see that the character has this swirling, he's holding a wand. It's kind of hard to see on this, but he's holding a wand, and there's this swirling magic right there. And that kind of corresponds into the Eight of Wands card with this swirling. And this is such an interesting Eight of Wands cards to me, because usually an Eight of Wands card is something imminent, fast coming at you. But this card reminds me of so much chaos. So, Frodo. So I'm protocol, and the dragon is Frodo, and the dragon is my sickness. I mean, yeah, that's what it feels like as I'm interpreting the cards. And with this Eight of Wands, it's like this worry of what's imminent, and like your worry is putting you in a mindset in your head that you know, I'm hearing death is imminent. That's what it feels like. There's so much fear and mental energy here, and what it's doing, all of that mental energy, is it's flaring your root chakra, your area of survival in your body, because not only is there red in his cape, there's red in this cape right here, and then there's that runner that stabbed in the back and the runner is running away. All of that red energy, it's that flare of the root chakra. So your survival, your survival of not only your bodily survival, but like your home, your possessions in all realms. So I want to ask, what can you do to calm down your root in order to put your mind, because there's two things happening here. Your mind is overtaking because there's so much worry, there's so much doubt and fear that it's flaring up the root, and then the root, it's almost like the root and all of that fear is making it worse energetically. Sounds like you're doing all the things that you need to do to go to the doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm only looking at energy. This is for entertainment purposes only. That's the battle. The blood in the surgical room. Wrong root, sorry. Root chakra, it's an energy system located at the base of your spine, and it's an energy system. You have 7 energy systems that most people focus on when it comes to your energetic channels. So I want to know I would like to ask some advice for you on how to calm down. What do we want to calm down, the mental energy first or the root energy? How to calm down the root energy. Okay, what else? How can we calm down this? How can Chris calm down his root energy in order to put his mind at ease? How can he close down his root energy? Woo. Spirit, please ask. I feel like I need to use a different deck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interesting. Okay. And one more, please. Feel like I need one more. Gotcha. Well, Chris, that might be that might be the issue, and maybe that's why you're here, because I have matching pictures with you. I do that too in order to numb out, in order to not have to feel, to not have to focus on the things that scare me in my life. That's why I ran into these men that I have to break up with, because I was doing exactly that, and giving them access. So it's great that you do it. It's pleasure, right? And it's in that center. It's in that root chakra area, right? But in order to actually calm it down in an energetic sense, to help you in a healthy way, in order to get your brain right and not worry about what you feel like is imminent death. That's just what I keep hearing. What's coming through. Well, obviously, I was doing it alone too, just on the phone. Yeah, it can be a form of dissociation, depends on the circumstances. That's why I call it a trauma response. That's what it was for me. It's stimulation, right? So, Chris, some advice that the tarot, that the energy is coming through, telling you in order to close down. Because hold on, I just want to ask really quick, how open is your root chakra right now? Whew, boy, I just heard that your root. So on a scale of 1 to 100, your root chakra, for you to function in a place, for you to function in a place of like feeling safe in your own body, it's best if your root chakra is anywhere from like 10 to 25%. And when I asked, anyone can check this room. Well, you sound very, I am newly clean from drugs too. That's why you're here in my life. Me too, man. Yeah, it's very open. When I asked, it's open 90%. And what that means is that you are in absolute survival mode. You are in such survival mode. You were probably in a similar place to where I was. And I think you said it before that you're using humor, which is fine. Use humor, do what you need to do to get through. But I am going to speak to you in a serious matter about this, okay? Because I've struggled with this too, because I was stroking my root 3 times a day, not doing anything, anything at all, more than 3 times a day. And then I would get on the phone and then I would perform for these men. No wonder they want to come back, right? That is not who I am. That is not in my integrity. I was having a trauma response because my root chakra was also open. Mine wasn't open 90%. My root chakra was open like 200%. And I was like, how the fuck am I even surviving right now? I wasn't. I was masturbating. Like, that's all I could think to do in order to avoid the situation that I was in, because it felt very dire too, because again, survival chakra. So, what do we do to help you close down that 90% open root chakra, Chris? I have the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Wands, Strength, and the Tower inverse, okay? So, again, coming through with this wand energy. Yes, fire, passion. But the thing is, you are siphoning, if you are, being honest and joking about all of, what you're doing with your root, what it's doing with the Nine of Wands here is it is siphoning your energy from you, and it is putting you in even more of a survival state, because you're not actually you're numbing out. And that's okay. This is scary. However, with the Queen of Wands here, and the Strength card and this Tower inverse, and here we have this wand with this magic right here. It's about channeling that root energy into something different than sexual energy. Channeling it into what I'm getting with the wands is like a passion project instead, creating something. Because that sexual act, it is in order to create life, right? So that red makes sense now. Sometimes I go until it bleeds. Well, that sounds really painful, Sounds really painful for you. So the cards are suggesting that you dive into whatever your creative passions are, whether it's drawing, whether it is, because if you don't, because what's happening is you are avoiding a tower moment where something in your life needs to break down in order to rebuild, and you are avoiding that by doing that. And if you don't calm that down, a tower moment's going to happen, and it's going to be a lot worse than if you were to just allow yourself to embrace it. So the Strength card and the Queen of Wands here are asking you to make a plan. You've had to be strong. You've had to be strong with your condition and everything that's going on with you medically. But in order to take your mind off of it, to give some relief, to your root chakra and relief to your bloody root. Ugh, gross. Spirit is saying, take the time to make a plan that is going to empower you to be creative. You feel beat the fuck up by life. Like, look, you see how all of these have like little smoke on it and you're backed up against the tree? Yes, you've beat all those people. You've beat a lot of things. You beat your root. It came out. That was too perfect. But like, that's what you're doing to yourself, man. Like, look how exhausted you are. Step into this energy. And feminine energy, Chris, is about receiving, okay? Is receiving. What is it? Well, hold on. There's something else that wants to. So this feminine energy with the Queen of Wands here, and look, she's tamed that dragon, right? Where in this one, You are fighting the dragon, that it's imminent, there's a fight coming, you're like done from the fight, and now you've tamed the dragon, right? And you do it with this, with feminine energy. Everyone has the capacity for masculine and feminine energy, right? In fact, everyone has receive my energy. Well, I'm gonna block that actually. Let's see here. No, but there's definitely you need to dive into something creative. Because if not, I really like this Tower card because at the bottom there's a red flag. There's some red flags that you are ignoring by just beating off all day. And in order to catch those red flags so that your life doesn't fall apart even further, it's about diving into what your passion is, what interests you, what ignites your fire, in a creative sense. So I want to pull just another card for you, just some advice, like an oracle card. Who do we want? Okay, the moon wants to come out for you. How fitting for this. Receive my energy. Anthony, or no, for Chris. Moon cards. What advice do you have for Chris to channel his energy and help alleviate close down that root chakra, that survival chakra? New moon and pepper. I want one more. Ah, that's too many. Oh. Is it this one? Interesting. Okay. So, new moon in Capricorn and new moon in Gemini, and fitting that we are in a new moon tonight. So, Capricorn, your hard work is paying off and communication is key. So, when you shift your energy and you start pouring more into yourself instead of spilling all of your energy out of yourself, it's hard work. This is a Capricorn card. Capricorn is all about hard work, dedication, planning. When you do that, which came up with the Queen of Wands, and that Strength card, funnel that when you're able to funnel that into something that gets your mind off and close down that root chakra. You really got to, talk with yourself. I'm seeing the twins here, and it's like there's two aspects to yourself, right? It's like you're fighting with yourself, with your mind and your root. It's very string. Yep. As usual. Go within. Focus your energy elsewhere. Don't stop doing that. If that, gives you relief, do that. But also take a break from that. Take a little break. Do a little something else that can relax you, because in all seriousness, it can turn into a very unhealthy coping mechanism. I don't like calling it, especially unhealthy ones, I don't call it a skill anymore. I call it a mechanism. Oftentimes we learn those mechanisms in childhood, in times of stress and trauma, and it's important to know, and it's hard with that, but it is important to know yourself if you struggle with that, like I do, to know when I am actually doing it for self-pleasure or if I'm doing it because I'm doing it as a trauma response. So that's what I got for you. It's very string. Good luck with your all your heart stuff. I can't imagine how difficult that must be. It's maybe really difficult. So. Oh, a blue moon. I was like, what do they say new moon for? You know, it's interesting too, because I was actually going to do like a full reading for my root chakra, or like a collective reading on the root chakra. Um, and I just didn't. I didn't. I guess it wasn't time um, when I wanted to do it, or when I was thinking about doing it. I'll show you how strong energy can be felt. Are you sending me energy right now? Because I have a boundary rose in place, so it hits off my boundary rose first before it gets to me. Also, I have many energetic techniques in order to not be affected by your energy that you throw at me, or to catch it later and clean it off of myself. I'll show you how strong my energy can be felt. Sorry, you sound like, what's his name? It's not, is it Man? No, who's the villain guy from Dexter's Laboratory? Anyway, all when it is supposed to be. You read when you are meant to. Yeah. Oh, he said string, not strong. Oh. Oh, before, I see. Before he said it's very string, but he meant strong. Yeah, no. No, thank you. No, you actually helped me to look back at string and see that it was misspelled. So, thank you, YS. Also, thank you for subscribing. I saw that. Thank you. Awesome. And also, Chris, I stopped using marijuana. And this is, I've been smoking lavender and sweet basil instead. We are all connected as one. Yeah. That's why in my, I should just call it what it is, in my cult. You're very intuitive. How did you know I subscribed? I got a notification. I got a notification. That's all. We are all connected as one. So in my psychic school, it's kind of a cult, but psychic school, with that principle of us all being connected, we have a technique that we use called matching pictures, which just means how my teacher explains it. Hold on, I have something. Where is it? I gotta fix that because it's gonna bother me. Is it safe to smoke lavender though? Yes, I have looked it up. Yes. I have a whole list of safe herbs to smoke. So I definitely researched that before I started doing that. Thank you for asking, though. That was very sweet, for your concern. It does. And also, it's so relaxing. It's really relaxing. And is chamomile safe? Yes, I'm pretty sure chamomile is on my list. My list it's downstairs. I'll bring it out sometime. But also, Pinterest is a really great resource to check on that, for those safe smokable herbs. I also really enjoy the act of like rolling a joint. I have like a little fun contraption where like you set it all up and then you close the case and then the cigarette rolls out. So I'm pretty sure chamomile is safe. Did I actually put that in? No, I didn't do that the other day. Some people don't understand how strong the mind can actually be. Yes, mental energy can really fuck you up. Mental energy, and again, these techniques that I use in psychic school, and one of them is blowing mental. What we do is we set the intention, we think of a rose, and we put mental energy into that rose, and we explode it. Because often when mental energy, right here in your analyzer, when mental energy comes up, it makes it really hard for you to listen to your intuition and connect with your spirit because your mind is in the way. That's why it's important to stay on your pineal which if you take if you pretend that there's like a golden thread from your finger right here on your third eye, and kind of right here and where they meet in the middle, somewhere in the middle back here, that's where your pineal is. And when you're sitting on your pineal, you are in a place of neutrality. So if that mental energy is coming in, it's going to be really hard to stay neutral. So yeah, the mind can be really strong. Your mind and your mental energy can make you sick. And that's kind of what was happening with Chris. Then feel the real connection. Her rose technique is the real deal. I have tried it and it works. Thank you, Lizzie. It is. It is the real deal. It originates from the ancient mystery schools. Different cultures across the world use it. Some cultures, instead of using the rose, they use the violet flame. I found a website called Smokable Herbs. Oh, awesome. And any blends that excite you that you would want to... Oh, there's one herb that I saw that I have that I kind of want to... It'll be my sexy blend. I think it's called Demania, I think is what it's called. But awesome. Good for you, YS. Looking up those different... yeah, but I like smoking the herbs because I don't get high. I feel relaxed. Like today, I rolled one and I smoked, and I got so much shit done in my house. I used to smoke chamomile, and appears safe, except if you're in blood thinners and allergic to some kind of paint. Oh, well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Is that what the website? No, you said you used to. Well, and also if you want to quit smoking marijuana, I guess, or cigarettes, but it's a great alternative. Ooh, I don't know how to say that. Plants in the Asteraceae family, daisies, ragweed, marigolds. Also, is it just the act of smoking that's comforting, right? Exactly, Lizzie. I used to, but the info is from the site. Gotcha. Okay, cool. No, exactly. So, for me, it's also, the process of making and rolling the joint, but then also the act of smoking. I guess I just like having smoke in my lungs for some reason. I don't know. Or that oral fixation, right? But when it came to weed, the last couple of joints that I smoked, my body was like, gross. I don't like this, and I don't want this anymore, which was just weird because I've smoked weed every single day for a very long time, for years. So it was very interesting, but I'm happy for the change. Happy for the change. Also, I've been applying for jobs. When I see modern weed, I think about the X pepper. What's the X pepper? Modern weed is too strong. It is. Yeah, it really is. I can tell whenever, because my sister smokes a lot of weed, and sometimes my dad used to be a big weed smoker when he was a teenager, and as a professional now, he does not smoke, but sometimes he will just take one little puff off of my sister's joint, and he's just like, this is so strong. The X pepper is a new pepper that's crazy strong. Okay, I was like, it's like the ghost pepper. Also, does anyone watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and have seen the new season, specifically the episode where they're using peppers as drugs? It's so funny. It's so dumb. So stupid. So funny. I love that show. Yeah, it's from the Ghost Pepper guy. It's his new pepper. Oh. Ghost Pepper guy. I thought a ghost pepper was just a pepper that I didn't know that it was genetically made, I guess. I don't know if I'm understanding that correctly. Gosh, but it was that... My bad. Ghost pepper is not. Oh, okay. But in that episode, they're eating these peppers and like their face, and they're like, oh, it's so hot, it's so. But I think like the allegory, I guess they're trying to make is like they're using it as drugs, and it's just it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's the gang getting into nonsense. Oh, okay. I meant the Carolina Reaper guy. Not got those two mixed up. Cool. Cool. Awesome. I love spicy things. When I was pregnant, all I wanted was jalapenos all day long. I want pickled jalapenos, grilled jalapenos. I just wanted to eat jalapenos, which I've read when you are craving something when you're pregnant, it's because you need whatever nutrients is in that food. And apparently there's a lot of vitamin K, I think it was, that are in jalapenos. So, is that potassium? No, I don't know. Don't ask me. No, I don't know that. Vitamin C, okay. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. Or, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna pull these cards. I also brought out like all my decks here. Like I've got a bunch of different I'll just add chat GPT. Okay, got to go. See you. Bye, YS. See you later. It's so funny. So asking chat GPT. So I was scrolling through TikTok, and for some reason, and I know my algorithm is shifting because I keep entertaining these different lives, and it's all of these lives of people debating specifically like women's rights, and like it's very disturbing. There was a guy, so I was in this one woman's live. I really enjoy her content because her content is all about supporting CSA survivors of childhood sexual abuse. And that's very near and dear to my heart because I am a survivor of that. And she had a live where it said, people who have been raped deserve support. And people would come into the live and they're like, isn't that obvious? And boy, there was a guy in there who was like, no, women should not have the same right as men, and women should be forced to have children. Like, and I was just like, dude, what? Like, what? And then, so like I said, that's been promoting my algorithm to see all these other lives. And there was this woman who had similar feminist talking point, and this guy like went up there, and you could tell that she had been in like debate school, because she was like, where's your source for that? And he was like, well, ChatGPT says. And she was like, oh, honey, no. She was like, that's not a source. She was like, you need to study. And he was like, well, isn't it just societally known that men have a higher sex drive than women? And it was like, where's the evidence for that, dude? Where's the evidence? And I don't know what the point of that conversation was, or the point, whatever his point was, but oh, Lord. What is this? What does this world come to? I'm so ready for it to all break down. It's wild that on the internet people feel so inclined with the anonymity to say these things, and especially in these lives on TikTok, when people go up to speak in someone's live, they don't have their camera on. So it just further proves the point that you feel comfortable enough to say it behind whatever your profile picture is, which isn't a picture of yourself. But let's turn your camera on and then say it to my face. Turn your camera on and then say it to the person's face. Like, you can't. You can't. Because it's ridiculous. It's just... But you know what? All you got to do is let them talk. You just got to let them talk, and they can talk in circles, and then they prove the point of the person who is hosting the question. If you just let them talk long enough. All right. Everyone just has to have an opinion and seems incapable of reading the room. Blame the internet. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and like I said, the audacity of that man to be in a live of someone who says, you know, people who have been raped deserve support. The audacity to go into a live like that and be like, what were you wearing? Blah, 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 blah. No, you don't. And it's like, God damn, who hurt you? Who hurt you? You know, it's like this concept, this, my friend Nikki, Duchess Divinity, she's amazing. Check out her channel, has really been talking about this concept of like, I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of trauma, yet I'm still a kind person. I still am empathetic to people. What happened to you to where you've gone so dark on the inside that you don't have any empathy left? That you can't have kindness for other people? There is a lot of red pill content that fuels that kind of behavior. Exactly. Like one of the lives, the guy was like, haven't you seen the TikToks of women who only want men that are 6 foot tall, blue-eyed, make this? And I was like, you and I have vastly different For You pages, don't we? Like that whole song that came out, that was a joke. That was like, it was a joke. And if you can't see the joke, then honey, I'm so sorry. It was a joke. What? Just oh my goodness. Yowza is all I gotta say. Yowza. Well, and I'm curious too, like why I feel like because I feel like I want to say something at some point. I feel like I want to jump up on one of those things and say something, but I wouldn't now because I feel like I would too quickly be taken out of my integrity and start speaking and just shouting and not actually saying anything productive. So yeah, no, that red pill content, it's kind of scary. It's pretty scary. Especially the man who was like, no, women should be forced to have children and they don't deserve any rights. And it's like, what do you mean? Like there was one, it was like, women, why do you think that you're better than men? And he had 6 women on his panel that agreed with him. And there was one man that was there and he was like, what your prompt really says is that you're uncomfortable with the fact that women are capable of competing with you. And they were like, no. Algorithm also creates an echo chamber on the For You page. Branch out and research different things. It helps. Exactly. Change your algorithm, which if you're so down a red pill freaking rabbit hole, then you're not really looking to change your algorithm, are you? But that would be a fun, and I know, you know, the like Jubilee channel where they like do those like sit downs, like one conservative and a bunch of liberals or whatever. It would be really interested if they did something about like a red pill person and like a feminist exchange phones and look through each other's For You pages and see what happens. And be like, just look through that person, like look at a different person's algorithm and see what you see. And I think they've done like studies on the differences of those algorithms between like a man and a woman, but like to physically like put it in their hands and for them to participate in an experiment to like, because some people can scroll for like hours, but like sit in that for 30 minutes, have them scroll for 30 minutes on that and just explore each other's For You pages. And I don't know, I think it would give interesting perspectives to each parties, and especially for like I don't know, like for me, a lot of my content is like longer content of women who have researched something, or women who have doctorates and are telling me information about things that they're experts in, because of their education. So I think that would be a really interesting experiment. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay. Are you having a good night, Lizzie? I miss you so much. I hope you're doing well. I know things are rough. Things are very rough. I'm glad I'm glad you're here. There was someone in Nikki's live the other day, and their energy just reminded me of you, and I was like, is that Lizzie with a different name or a different channel? And I was like, no. I am all right, but it's been a tough year. Yeah. Same girl. No, not me. No. It felt really similar to your energy. Really similar. I guess I was just missing you. So. But yeah, no, can the year let up? Can the year let up, please? Can we like start going down the hill or something? Or can we I do feel like I've been saying for a couple of months now that I feel like I'm breaking through to the other side. But I'm happy to see your beautiful face on here tonight. Well, I'm happy that you're here. It's cool that you're going live. Girl, I've been going live, and I usually get like 1 to 2 subscribers when I go live, and it's easier than editing content. Like, yeah, I'd love to make content and edit, but it's just I'm comfortable with it, and it's just been easier to get more subscribers this way. And I do different things too. Like the first time I went live, I was cooking for my dad's birthday, and I was like, if I'm going to be in this kitchen by myself cooking, I might as well just go live and cook with people and interact. So, but I'm glad that you're here, because in those situations, yeah, I never edited. I'm lazy. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, don't you have to like put it in, or you just film it and then you just like upload it? I guess, yeah. No, I do have editing software, and I like to put like my little thing, and then, but also sometimes when I'm recording or reading, I will how do I want to say it? Not I want to say break character, but I'll just be like, I don't know. Sometimes things will happen. Like when I first, like last year, in like May, June, when I was pumping out a lot of content and editing, um, I would wake up. I had like my schedule, and from you, Lizzie, like you gave such wonderful advice of working with Orion, and Orion really helped me um, create my schedule for that month. And I would wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m., and I would do like an hour of energetic clearing, and then I would start filming, and then I would edit and do it really quickly. And then, but sometimes when I was doing those readings, my dog would be with me, and he would just throw up. So, like, that is why I would edit, because I don't want to keep my dog throwing up in the background in the video, because that's just a little disturbing and and just kind of gross. So I edit. I do have, two videos that, oh, I'm so happy that advice worked for you. Your poor dog. Eh, he's just an old man. I don't know what was wrong with him. Maybe it was the energy. Maybe I need to like focus more on that if I get into a schedule like that again, or a routine like that again, and he's present for it. Maybe I should focus more on how it could be affecting him. Yeah. But also, Lizzie, I'm using my phone right now, but my friend gave me a saint card, and it's Saint Expedite, and it really made me think of you. And I've really been trying to like connect with Expedite and his energy. Sometimes the Matrix does the most to try to stop a reading. It's annoying. Right. Right. No, totally. Totally. Um, it's odd too, because it's like it's yeah, no, it's definitely that Matrix energy that is like, because our intentions are pure putting out these readings. And we set those intentions before we even go into the reading. I know. I thought of you. I was like, expedite. Like, that's no wonder you're here. Like, I've just been like feeling your energy all week. I really miss you. I miss you. Um, yeah. So I think I'm gonna do a working with expedite. I watched your late night reading, the most recent one you did. It was so fun. Um, which one? I don't know who I was I reading for Kenna, or was it the one where I was asking if I should take a dusty man back? But thank you. Thank you. Have you done, Lizzie, have you done spell work with Expedite? Because I remember you bringing, I remember you bringing him up and speaking about him. Um, I miss you too. I'm just not available the way I used to be. This year has been a shitstorm. Same. Same. I'm just like, got my cannons of matching pictures just going off with you right now because I feel like we're going through some real similar shit, man. It's not been good. It has not been good. And my mental health like took a dip, like an all-time low. Like I've never experienced it. Was a mental health crisis. I seriously thought that I needed to take myself to the hospital. And like, yeah. I didn't though. I didn't. I had a family member call me and that really helped. It's not like, yeah, that really helped. So whew. Oh, the one that you posted where you were drinking and reading cards from like a month ago. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Which pile did you pick? I hope you didn't pick pile number 1 because that one was really intense and very personal situation. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel you. I've been saying I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Exactly, but for like a full year, like Spirit, come on. Pile 3. Okay, pile 3 was a great pile. I'm so glad you picked pile 3. That was an awesome one. Yeah. No, in my sexual exploring and revolution, I was I was looking into like sub-dom relationships and they're not for me. I don't really like being controlled. I thought I wanted to be controlled, but I really don't. I think most people on the Pisces Virgo axis are. Yeah. Yeah. Um mhm. I feel that. I feel that. You know who's also been coming to me recently? So like Expedite showed up for my friend and like I'm excited to work with him, but for the past couple of weeks, the Morgan has been coming through and is so helpful in like standing my ground and being kind of like a warrior woman. So I think I should come on here. So I have 2 videos that are in like post or the need to be edited. Like they're already recorded and they're from like months ago, but that's fine. It's the content, right? And the reason why I haven't posted them yet is because there's one more video I want to record, which is a meditation in order to clean the telepathic channels. But I realized that like I could just go live and do that meditation live in accordance, is that the right word? In accordance with those videos. So oh my goodness, girl, it's midnight. And it's just you and I in here. I love you so much. I miss you. I miss you. But I'm gonna go to bed. I love you, Lizzie. I hope you have a good night. And maybe I'll see you again in a live, okay? Take care. Don't be sorry, girl. Don't be sorry. Never be sorry. You take care of yourself. Do what you need to take care of yourself, and I respect that. You know? I respect that so much. If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. And when you need community and you need a place to come back to, just know that you're always welcome. Just know that, okay? Because there's just still like, yeah, like, and energetically in the astrals, we're still fighting together. So, girl, it's been amazing hanging with you. You kidding me? I will. I'll sleep well. You too. All right. I love you, Lizzie. Bye bye. Bye bye. Okay.